guys, this is Alabama Deep, and I'm taking a little break right now. I'm back in school, so I have 4 classes for this quarter I have to achieve first before I can really take a break to do anything. So, of course, I work 40 plus hours a week at times, and it's just so extremely busy at the moment. But I am going to be back out looking for Virginia before it's over with. I have a couple places that I do want to go, and I'm going to upload those probably in a couple weeks when I get done with my schoolwork. But for right now, I want to show you what I do in my personal life. This helps me unwind from my day. It's a very stressful job that I have. I'm a funeral director and embalming apprentice for a funeral home. I've been doing this, as I stated, for a couple of years. And it's high stress. You have to make sure everything's perfect for your family. If you forget one thing, you ruin it, and you don't want that. You don't want that. So you have to remember every little detail and make sure everything goes exactly the way it's supposed to go. There is no room for any type of mistake, because if you do, you're going to ruin that family's memory of such a special occasion for them. And it's high stress. It's very high stress. And so when I get done with that during the day, I want to come home. I want to see my wife. I want to relax, watch a little bit of YouTube, and do this. I found this is a great form of Prozac for me. This helps me unwind and, you know, compose myself and just take a load off my shoulders and just assemble watches is what I do here. I enjoy making these watches, and I thought I would show you my work area and some of the projects that I'm doing. I have, at this point in time, for my desk, I have built 2 Rolex watches. Now, not everything I have is Rolex. Rolex is very expensive. I certainly can't afford, you know, too much of a modern movement. I do have one modern movement, and that's 3135, and that's in my, it's on my wrist right now. And it was very, very, very expensive. But this watch here means a lot to me. Okay. My mentor, when I first started doing this business, said I was a diamond in the rough. He says I was one of the most natural he has ever seen in this industry in his 50 years. And to me, that meant a lot. And that encouraged me a lot. And so I was able to provide for families a bit of sugar with some bitter truth that their loved one has died and passed away, but I'm able to make them look more lifelike than normal. And I've gotten great reviews from the families who literally come up to me face to face and tell me what a good job I did, and that makes me feel so good that I can do that for them. And I mean, not everybody has that level of skill. Not everybody can do that type of job. I'm glad I can, because someone has to. It is the last point in time any family member has to say goodbye to their loved one, their grandfather or their father or their brother or their mother or their grandmother, and they want to be able to see them as they were before they died. And like I tell my families, it's never 100%, but it's close. And I've had so many people who have had an open casket because of what I'm able to do. And I'm very humbled by their comments and their reviews and their letters to me. So I appreciate that a lot. Okay, so that's why this watch is so important to me, and why I created it in the first place. It has my apprentice embalmer's license on it through my state, and I used it to make a dial with. And it's so important. It has to be one of the best of the best of the best watches to represent what my job function is, which is embalmer. And so I put the best of the best into this timepiece that is a representation of who I am and what I do. And I can show that to you now. So here it is in the light. We'll do a slow turn. and it does have the crown on the dial. I did put the crown on it. Now this is an oyster bracelet. It has the oyster case, and has 3135 Rolex movement inside. And it's not perfect. It has scratches on it, but that's okay. That's what it's supposed to have, is some battle scars. I have been bombed with this watch quite some time, and it means a lot to me. I do have another Rolex watch that I created, and it was my very first one, and I keep it in this box. It's not as pretty as the one I'm wearing now, but I'm very, very glad to have it. It has 15 jewel movement, Rolex movement. The movement was about $200. The case was $250. The dial was about $150. Hands came with the movement. And the original dial looked like this one here. And I do have some other dials over here as well. I have some leftover bracelets. I have some cases here I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. I have one movement here in this container. It has been cleaned and ready to be reassembled, but I'm not going to do it quite just yet. Other things I have over here is I have this solar, okay, that I am putting back together, and then I've got this solar, which I'm putting back together, and I have to gold plate the case and band, but it is looking pretty good. And I'm not done with that yet, so I can touch it with my hands. I have the dial that I've cleaned up, and it looks a lot better than what it did. And I got some other pieces over here. I have this Rolex case. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but it is indeed here. It is genuine, of course. 18 karat gold plate. Then I have some other movements like Bulova, and if I can get this one to, yep, there we go. Is it ticking? Maybe not. We'll shake it a little bit. I have to wind it, I guess. I got some other cases, such as this one here. Not quite sure what's going to become of it, but I will do something with it. I've got pocket watches here that I have fixed. You know, I have some other pieces. I've got other watches over here that don't need much. I can just do whatever I want to do with them at any point in time. And I've got some other watch movements that, of course, are not Rolex, because everything I have can't be that, because Lord knows I can't afford that. And I could go into, you know, some stories, and you can't even see what's in this case, but what was in this particular case cost me quite a bit of money. Yeah, you can see it. It's that little dot right there. Do you have any idea what that little dot is? That's a Rolex crown. You want to know how much that Rolex crown was? Yeah, $40. That's what I paid for it. Insane, isn't it? You know, and I've got other movements sitting here. I got my little watch press there. I've got my solutions for gold plating there. You know, I have quite a bit going on at this table. Okay. Quite a bit. But anyway, I just wanted to show you my workstation and what I do in my spare time, and this is just about it. It does help me unwind so much. It does a lot for me mentally. But I like to thank everybody for watching and taking a look at what I have, and I'll be doing a few videos coming up as the search for Virginia continues when I get through with my exams. Peace.